Friends, welcome back to Savior of the Second. Today's video is going to be very direct, and that is a question that I've been asked pretty frequently, which is, what do I think is the best way to introduce a new shooter or a young shooter to an AR? And that's right here in my hands, which is the Smith & Wesson 1522 in a carbine in a pistol format. I have 6 kids that range from 21 down to 5, everything in between. And teaching them all how to shoot an AR platform with something like this in a 22 is just effortless. And it's fun and enjoyable. None of them complain. None of them, whine about anything. It's just very easy for them to access all of the functions. Everything is simple for them. They can plink away and mess up and not shoot themselves in the leg. And this is really just a safe way for them to learn an AR configuration. Here we have iron sights. I want them to learn to shoot with iron sights, and we also have a red and a green dot laser as well. So the thing is this, all of my kids have loved shooting this, but not only that, but I love shooting this. It is so much fun that I always take this with me to the range. On range day, this always comes in the bag just because it's so small. We toss it in the bag. It's got a single point sling. I can hang it. It's just a lot of fun. And really, when you're introducing a new shooter, a kid, a woman, a female, not to be sexist, but they don't want to be shooting something that has a lot of kickback. They don't want to be shooting something that's going to scare them. So you have all these guys there, these tough guys that go out there and they want to show their woman that they can shoot the 50 caliber and then, and the 12 gauge all day long. And then, at the same time, she's scared to touch it. Or the kid is scared to touch it. And the kids have watched enough TikTok videos where they've seen somebody blow their shoulder off with a 12 gauge. And so they're scared. But then big old tough dad is coming in and saying, oh, I can do this all day long. And then he comes in and shoots the 12 gauge and he makes his kid do it and the kid's scared. Or makes his wife, shoot the 50 caliber and she's scared. Or the list goes on and on and on. That's the wrong way to introduce somebody to firearms, to firearm safety, to proper firearm handling. But why is it that so many men introduce firearms to their children, to their wives, girlfriends, significant others, but a female, especially a small, petite female, in that way? You're going to turn them off from shooting. They're not going to want to touch a gun again. It's not the right way to go about it. This is the right way to go about it. Take 22s, let them get comfortable with 22s as long as they need. As long as they need. 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years. Take the 22s to the range every day for them. You shoot what you want to shoot. Let them shoot the 22s. Let them get comfortable until they're ready and then say, okay, let me introduce something called a 380 to you. Then introduce them to the 380, preferably in a larger format, not a little LCP like my favorite guns. Then introduce them to that. Go up steps, go up steps, go up incrementally. Introduce it to them one by one, not bam and throw them all into the biggest caliber. But this M&P 1522 is a phenomenal way to introduce an AR platform to a new shooter. It's so light and easy and zero recoil, and this thing, man, it's so much fun to plink away all day long. So that, to me, is the best way to introduce it. And even though I've got longer format rifles and long guns to introduce 22 to my kids with, which we do, this is still one of the first ones that I put in their hands. So they have their own rifle, which I'll introduce to you on this channel here as well. That is a lot of fun for them. But this is still what they love to shoot more than anything. And all of us do. I still love to shoot this thing. It's just so much fun. And in reality, it also does dial in your abilities in many ways, especially when utilizing the iron sights. So I would strongly suggest, and these things are cheap to pick up. They're not very expensive at all. You can pick these things up used. I got mine used, but like basically brand new with the iron sights and the combo dot and the single point sling and 3 extra mags with a mag pull grip, so it's rubberized, so it gives them something really good to hold on to. I think I paid $320 for all of that. To me, that's a steal. So that was well worth it. We've gotten our money out of it. We've fired it over and over and over and over, day after day after day after day. So that's it. But at the end of the day, this is the right way to introduce a new shooter to shooting. 22. And I guarantee you, you will have much less frustration with getting your woman, getting your wife, getting your girl, getting your kids to the range if you just let them work through the calibers at their own pace. All right? So friends, that's today's video. This is Savior of the Second. I appreciate all of your support. You guys are spreading the word. This means a lot. If you haven't already, go check out our main channel there, Healing Together, Healing with the number 2 together. You will find out more about what I do in general. And this channel, Savior of the Second, is basically our attempt to help put our efforts into saving the Second Amendment. And that's what we need more of. So friends, thanks again for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.